1, 2.
I'm
1,
on.
2. Testing.
We are on.
We're on. We are on. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your interest in the precision tension device. This anchor can be used in a variety of ways. It can be used to secure antenna towers or sheds or mobile homes or anything that needs to be tied down to the earth. This particular demonstration you see here is suited for mobile home installations. All the equipment you see here has been used in mobile home installation since the mid-70s, when they started to regulate mobile home installations. So what we see here is a strap. It's an ASTM 3953 strap, and that is connected to the dual bolt saddle anchor. It's a helical anchor. It's about, this particular unit's about 2 feet long. And then we have the dreaded split bolt and nut. And so that equipment has all been approved for use in mobile homes. And the only equipment you need to use for this installation is a hammer and a wrench. So it's very simple. It's very straightforward. The only problem with it is you really don't know when you've got it tight enough or if it's too loose. That's the big issue. Now the new system uses a disc with some holes in the perimeter with a square hole in the middle, and that square hole fits the square shoulder of the bolt. And of course the bolt won't rotate, but the entire disc will rotate, and that's the big change. So right now we're looking at a mobile home installation exactly the way it's done in the field, and the homeowners just had an inspection, and the inspector goes, "Gee whiz, your anchor straps are really loose and they need to be tightened." So this particular demonstration is going to show how to retrofit an existing installation, which is part of the benefit of this system, and we'll show you how that works. So we'll take a look down here.
Got it.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take this bolt out of this assembly, and here's the existing strap. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this bolt and we're going to put it into this disc with a square hole in it, and we're going to put that assembly back into the anchor. So you thread that back onto the existing strap, and you notice that this rotates freely. The next thing you do is you take a torque wrench, which is set to the proper torque that you need to make the tension correct. And right now there's a 48-to-1 ratio between the amount of torque you put on here and the amount of tension you see here. So what we'll do is you go ahead and torque this, and you put a pin in place to lock it in place so I can continue torquing. And you keep doing that until this particular torque wrench is what they call a click torque wrench, and it clicks when it has achieved the right torque. There's the click. So now, once we heard the click, we know for sure that this is torqued to the proper torque, which results in the right tension. You can hear that's pretty tight. Another benefit of this system is the current design requires, excuse me, that the installer put in a precision soil screw into the ground to determine the soil type. And then from there, there's a chart you look up and get the diameter and length of the anchor required to give you the proper HUD pullout, which is supposed to be 3,150 pounds. Well, there's no way you know for sure, because we're looking at tables, we're looking at estimates, and it's a whole family of data points that they put together to come up with generalizations. With this particular installation, you know exactly if your anchor is put in correctly. So what we'll do is we'll adjust the torque wrench to approximately 60 foot-pounds, and that 60 foot-pounds will result in about 3,100 pounds of tension on this strap. And that's a lot of tension, but that's what it's supposed to be. And if this anchor starts to pull out of the ground, then you know it's not correct. This is never done in the field. You never know for sure if your anchor is properly set. Oh, and there's the phone. All right, so we're almost about halfway there. There's the click. So now we know there's 3,150 pounds of torque, 3,150 pounds of tension in that strap. The anchor did not come out of the ground, so for sure, this is a HUD approved installation, and everything we know here is correct. So the benefit of this disc system is two. You can go back and use it in new or old installations, but more importantly, you can verify the pull-out capacity of that anchor, which is very important. FEMA found during the Joplin, Missouri tornadoes, they found two things with mobile homes. They would go to the mobile home site and there's no mobile home. They found the mobile home maybe a mile or so down the road, anchor is still tied to the frame, but the trailer is no longer at the site. The second thing they found was that the mobile home was knocked off its foundation. The anchors were still there, but the anchor straps were loose. This particular installation method makes sure that that never, ever happens. So yeah, your trailer may be destroyed, which is not the fault of the anchors, but at least the anchors will be secure as they should. So thank you for reviewing the precision tension device that we have here.